Tragic accident at Eccles industrial site kills one person and leaves another fighting for their life. $8.1 million water supply system commissioned at St. Cuthbert's mission. Correntyne man confesses to the gruesome murder of his wife in 2019. In the region, negotiations continue over kidnapped US-based missionaries in Haiti. And internationally, Sudan transition at critical juncture as power struggle deepens. Greetings and welcome to another edition of Channel 2 Headline News Updates. I am Baby Bacchus. Thank you for joining us. A woman is now dead and a man is in critical condition after a truck allegedly reversed into their motorcycle at Eccles industrial site access road on the east bank of the Marara on Wednesday. Now, the dead woman has been identified as 37-year-old Roxanne Daniels of Sophia, Georgetown, while the injured man is Maxwell Thomas of Underneming West Bank, the Marara. According to a police report, a truck driven by 41-year-old Ronaldo Reyes of Eccles New Housing Scheme East Bank, the Marara, was reversing on the access road. The motorcycle, driven by Maxwell Thomas with the pillion rider Roxanne Daniels, was proceeding in the same direction behind the truck on the said road when the back of the truck collided with the motorcycle. As a result of the collision, Thomas and Daniels fell onto the road. They both received injuries. Subsequently, they were both picked up in an unconscious condition and taken to the Diamond Hospital, where Daniels was pronounced dead on arrival by a doctor on duty. Her body is currently lying at the Memorial Gardens Funeral Home awaiting an autopsy. Meanwhile, Thomas was examined and treated by a doctor and later transferred to the Georgetown Public Hospital. He is in a critical condition, suffering from a fractured right leg and other injuries. Additionally, a breathalyzer test was done on Reyes. There were no traces of alcohol detected. However, he was issued a notice of intended prosecution. The truck, owned by RK Concrete Guyana Incorporated, and the motorcycle were both lodged. Investigations are ongoing. Police are looking into an accident on the Upper Berbice River area involving a motorcyclist who shattered both of his knees after colliding with a pothole. Here is more from Esther Sobers.
Police are investigating an accident at the Arapunta Public Road in North Rupununi on Tuesday around 9 p.m. involving a motorcycle CJ5850 owned and driven by 20-year-old Reniner George of Tabitinga Lethem, Central Rupununi. A report says that the driver was proceeding north along the public road, allegedly at a fast rate of speed. Whilst in the process of negotiating a left turn, he observed a large pothole in the path. He then applied brakes and swerved away from the pothole, which caused him to lose control of the motorcycle, fall to the road surface, and receive injuries to both of his legs. He was picked up in a conscious state by public-spirited citizens and taken to the Anai Health Center. He was treated by a doctor on duty for fractures to both knees and was later referred to the Lethem Regional Hospital to seek further medical attention. For Channel 2 Headline News, Esther Sobers.
Thanks, Esther. On Wednesday, 33-year-old Gavin Gill, formerly of Wim Village, Upper Berbice, appeared before Justice Samdil Kassoon at the Berbice High Court for the capital offense of murder. Gill's wife, Omoti Gill, called Angeli, was brutally murdered at Rose Hall, Correntyne, Berbice on March 30, 2019. Gill admitted that on March 30, 2019, he murdered his wife. He told the court that he loved his wife before explaining the entire ordeal felt like a nightmare and that he wished he could wake up to see her. Report says Omoti Gill moved to her mother's residence in Williamsburg after constant abuse. This move angered the man. According to reports, the woman was on her way to work around 8:30 a.m. on the day in question when she was attacked by Gill. He hit her with a car, then exited the car and began stabbing her. He also chopped her several times. Moments after, a police patrol responded and apprehended the man at the scene. Omoti was taken to the Port Morant Hospital, bleeding profusely from the wound she received on the neck. She succumbed shortly after. The matter had been adjourned until November 5, 2021 for the presentation of a probation report and sentencing. Stick around after the break. Berbice man remanded for alleged sexual assault of underage boys, and $8.1 million water supply system commissioned at the St. Cuthbert'S mission.
Good girl forget things.
What's the
problem, Granny?
I want money for borrow for those surgery. I was dancing and I fall and fracture my hip.
If you need some quick money, you should check Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop.
Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop, Lot 238 South Road, Border, Georgetown. Get jewelry made to order in just 72 hours. We also accept vehicles. Lender's, best rates, longest payback period.
Boys, I get through. Plus, I could dance again.
Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop.
Welcome to GRUESOME's Furniture. Find everything you need for your home and more under one roof in our newly decorated showroom. Our locally crafted furniture has been perfected over the last 60 years. From our hands to your home, we also bring to you our newly introduced lines of imported furniture and sleep center, where you can find a wide range of beds and mattresses. GRUESOME's Furniture, furnishing homes for over 60 years.
Alabama Trading has everything you need every day. The best brands at the lowest prices. And right now, you can save much more on a larger range of food products and everyday essentials. Choose from our extensive array of fresh and packaged food items. Plus, there's a huge variety in ladies' handbags and accessories, children toys, backpacks and school bags, bicycles, rugs, outdoor and indoor furniture, cleaning and sanitizing products, and so much more. Alabama Trading. Better products, better prices.
When you need money and you gotta get it fast, Creative Jewelry and Pawn Shop is the place for that confidential transaction in a quiet and secure location. You'll get the highest value per pennyweight for your gold and also enjoy the lowest interest rates and longest payback period too. Yes, for that instant transaction to solve a pressing financial problem. That Creative Jewelry and Pawn Shop, 46 Boyle Place, that's between the Ministry of Housing on Brick Dam and White Castle Fish Shop. Be your first and only choice. Creative Jewelry and Pawn Shop, safe and sound, solid and secure, always there for you. Telephone 231-7878 and 223-8955.
Smart Minds Educational Institute, offering preschool, nursery, and primary levels. Finally, a school that is every parent's dream. Located at 69 Crow Street, offering academic excellence, trained qualified teachers, small class sizes, personalized gear, and one-to-one attention for your little ones. At Smart Minds, register for full-time or evening classes, daily practice pass exam papers for proficiency at the grade 2, 4, and 6 assessment, and CXE exam preparedness. Or join our Becca Phonics reading and writing program. So if your child is for preschool, nursery, or primary level, come to Smart Mind, located at 69 Street, or call 231-4885 or 600-9229 to enroll now.
Survival Supermarket Senior Citizens Day is every Wednesday, and you can get 7% off everything on sale except alcoholic drinks. And to make more of our customers eligible, we have dropped the age requirement from 60 to 55, so you can benefit from the big discounts on everything in your trolley. Yes, Survival Supermarket Senior Citizens Day gives you 7% off every Wednesday, if you're 55 and older, of course. Just walk with your ID card as proof of your age, and then shop, shop, shop at Survival Supermarket.
Welcome back. In keeping with the commitment made by the minister within the Ministry of Housing and Water, Susan Rodriguez, close to 700 residents of St. Cuthbert's Mission in Region 4 is now benefiting from significantly improved water supply with the commissioning of an $8.1 million upgraded and expanded water supply system. As a result of the initiative, 300 persons now have access to potable water for the first time. The project was executed by the Ghana Water Incorporated in-house staff, the Village Council, and the local contractors. The project included distribution system upgrades, trestle rehabilitation, leak repairs, wellhead rehabilitation, discharge, and new service connection installation. Minister Rodriguez on Wednesday commissioned the system and did a feature address at the commissioning ceremony at the St. Cuthbert's Mission Primary School. During her address, she highlighted that 90% of the community is now benefiting from the upgrade water supply system. However, this is in comparison to the 35% that was being served before the upgrade. Minister Rodriguez also noted that the system was in dire need of an upgrade since it was not done in several years. Additionally, Minister Rodriguez also took the opportunity to stress the importance of ensuring that residents are satisfied with the service they are receiving and that maximum service is achieved from the project. A Berbice man has been remanded to prison on accusations of sexually assaulting multiple underage boys. Here's more from Nirmala Ramsawak.
39-year-old Ravelo Tyndall of Correntyne, Berbice today appeared at the Wim Magistrates Court before Magistrate Renita Singh, charged with 3 counts of rape. Tyndall was not required to plead to the charges, which alleged that between January 1, 2021 and October 8, 2021, in Region 6, he sexually assaulted 3 boys, ages 15, 16, and 17. Tyndall was arrested on October 10, 2021, following a report made to the police. The victims allegedly informed the police that they knew Tyndall and that they routinely visited his residence to do chores with the permission of their parents. The victims claimed that they were raped at knife point on multiple occasions. Tyndall was remanded to prison until November 8, 2021. Reporting for Headline News Update, Nirmala Ramsawak.
Thanks, Nirmala. Esther Sobers tells us in this report that a man's body was discovered on a trail in the Upper Berbice River. Here is more.
Police are investigating the death of a 24-year-old farmer whose body was found on the Ibini Trail Upper Berbice River on Tuesday. Dead is Kimo Phillips of Dam Angoy Avenue, New Amsterdam, Berbice. According to the deceased's mother, they were at their farm located at the Ibini Trail, Upper Berbice River, at around 7:30 p.m. on Monday. Her son told her he was going for a ride and left for Ibini Landing with his motorcycle. She added she received a message the following morning around 6:30 a.m. stating that her son had been in an accident. His body was observed lying on the trail with his motorcycle next to him. She and several other persons went to his assistance and rushed him to the Ibini Landing. However, he died en route. The police examined the deceased body and discovered bruises on his left side of the lower back. The body of the deceased was subsequently transported to the Kukwani Hospital complex, where a doctor on duty made an official pronouncement of death. The body is currently at the Kukwani Hospital mortuary awaiting a post-mortem examination into the circumstances surrounding the death of Kimo Phillips are ongoing. For Channel 2 Headline News, Esther Sobers.
Thanks, Esther. Don't go away after the break. Negotiations continues over kidnapped US-based missionaries in Haiti, and India NDRF lead rescue relief operations in flood-hit states. But before that, here's the bridge retraction schedule.
Survival Supermarket Senior Citizens Day is every Wednesday, and you can get 7% off everything on sale except alcoholic drinks. And to make more of our customers eligible, we have dropped the age requirement from 60 to 55, so you can benefit from the big discounts on everything in your trolley. Yes, Survival Supermarket Senior Citizens Day gives you 7% off every Wednesday, if you're 55 and older, of course. Just walk with your ID card as proof of your age, and then shop, shop, shop at Survival Supermarket. When you need money and you gotta get it fast, Creative Jewelry and Pawn Shop is the place for that confidential transaction in a quiet and secure location. You'll get the highest value per pennyweight for your gold and also enjoy the lowest interest rates and longest payback period too. Yes, for that instant transaction to solve a pressing financial problem. That Creative Jewelry and Pawn Shop, 4-6 Boyle Place, that's between the Ministry of Housing on Brickdam and White Castle Fish Shop, be your first and only choice. Creative Jewelry and Pawn Shop, safe and sound, solid and secure, always there for you. Telephone 231-7878 and 223-8955.
Alabama Trading has everything you need every day. The best brands at the lowest prices. And right now, you can save much more on a larger range of food products and everyday essentials. Choose from our extensive array of fresh and packaged food items. Plus, there's a huge variety in ladies' handbags and accessories, children toys, backpacks and school bags, bicycles, rugs, outdoor and indoor furniture, cleaning and sanitizing products, and so much more. Alabama Trading. Better products, better prices.
Good girl forget things.
What's the problem, Granny?
I want money for borrow for those surgery. I was dancing and I fall and fracture my hip.
If you need some quick money, you should check Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop.
Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop, lot 238 South Road Border, Georgetown. Get jewelry made to order in just 72 hours. We also accept vehicles. Lender's, best rates, longest payback period.
Boys, I get through. Plus, I could dance again. Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop.
Welcome to GRUESOME's Furniture. Find everything you need for your home and more under one roof in our newly decorated showroom. Our locally crafted furniture has been perfected over the last 60 years. From our hands to your home, we also bring to you our newly introduced lines of imported furniture and sleep center, where you can find a wide range of beds and mattresses. GRUESOME's Furniture, furnishing homes for over 60 years.
Welcome back. Now we take a look at news in the region and around the world. Talks to free 17 kidnapped members of an American missionary group in Haiti are entering the fifth day. The gang responsible is demanding $1 million for each one of the 16 Americans and one Canadian who were taken while returning to Port-au-Prince from an orphanage east of the capital. 3 children and 2 teenagers are believed to have been taken in the abduction, the largest of its kind in recent years. Al Jazeera's Manuel Rupalo reports.
Residents of Titania in the north of Port-au-Prince are reeling from the recent abduction of a group of Christian missionaries and their families. This health clinic is one of several public services in the community that have benefited from donations provided by the charity workers. Many here worry the kidnapping might mean that assistance from the missionary organization could come to an end.
We have not received any help now because they kidnapped the missionaries. Whatever happened, that is hurting us. It's affecting us a lot and it's hurting us.
Our arrival in Titanian did not go unnoticed. Many locals were eager to share examples of how the charity group has improved the lives of community members. Since the kidnapping, emotions here are running high.
The government does nothing for us. Then we have a group of people who come to our community to help us, and this happens. We can't treat them like this. We are demanding their freedom. We demand that the national police do something fast.
This video, displaying an arsenal of firearms and munitions, was recently posted on social media by a group called 400 Mogozo, the criminal gang responsible for the abduction. The group has been blamed for some 80% of the kidnappings that take place in Haiti. The gang is asking for $17 million in ransom.
We're outside the headquarters of the Christian Aid Ministry's mission in Haiti, and we were told off the record by a staff member that all but a handful of aid workers have been evacuated from the country, and almost all of their work has been suspended as efforts remain underway to free the hostages.
With each passing day, the charity mission remains closed. Locals who depend on food donations and other free services are growing more desperate for assistance.
I pray to God that the kidnappers release the missionaries because they are the ones that helped me. I was sleeping on the streets.
While Haiti's national police declined to comment on the ongoing investigation, a joint effort with U.S. federal agents remains underway to free the 17 hostages. Manuel Rapalo, Al Jazeera, Port-au-Prince.
Internationally, pro-civilian protesters in Sudan are demanding the transitional government be dissolved days into a sit-in in front of the presidential palace in Khartoum. Al Jazeera's Hibab Morgan reports.
It was once the hardest place for protesters to access and voice their demands. But for the 5th day, people are holding a sit-in in front of Sudan's presidential palace in Khartoum. They're demanding the transitional government step down.
I was in the revolution. I was supposed to be represented in this government, but I don't see anything that represents me. A few parties took over the revolution and stole it. We want the military to dissolve the civilian government. Let them remove the Prime Minister and all the committees that have been formed.
The country is destroyed. People are hungry. Students can't learn. Those in the hospital can't get the treatment. We demand the government leave and free and fair elections be held. Let the military dissolve the government and take over.
These are mostly supporters of the National Charter Alliance, a dissident group from the Forces of Freedom and Change Coalition. That's the coalition that led months of anti-government protests in 2019, resulting in the military ousting of longtime President Omar al-Bashir. But for months, the coalition has been divided. The National Charter Alliance says the Forces of Freedom and Change has sidelined many groups that took part in the revolution, and it's demanded the interim government be dissolved, despite the fact some of its leaders hold positions in it. Some of those here are from Darfur, where the leaders of the National Charter Alliance have a base amongst those displaced by the region's war. Others say they came because they're angry about the government's economic performance. The location of the sit-in has raised questions about the role of the military in the transitional government. While the head of the Sovereignty Council, Abdel Fattah al-Burhan, has said he's committed to Sudan's transition to democracy, his silence about the sit-in right outside the presidential palace has been noticeable. And it comes at a time when tensions are rising between the military and civilian leadership. An attempted coup last month has further strained relations between the two sides in government. The civilian leaders have accused supporters of the former government of being behind the failed coup. Since the sit-in started, the soldiers around the palace have provided protection for the protesters, leading those opposing it to accuse the military of being biased. It's also prompted rallies in other areas of Khartoum and other states. Thousands of young people gathered in preparation for Thursday, the anniversary of Sudan's first revolution in 1964. Many say they reject the sit-in and what it calls for.
It's like, I don't see how it would be necessary to negotiate something so obvious, in a way. It just feels like the right choice would be to have a civil government, purely civil. There is no place for a military rule.
Sudan's prime minister wants to hold talks to ease the political divide, while both sides have called for their supporters to turn up for separate protests. The divisions now seem to move from meeting rooms to Sudan's streets. Hiba Morgan, Al Jazeera, Khartoum.
And finally, more than 100 people have died in floods in India and Nepal. Al Jazeera's Elizabeth Punaram reports.
An aerial survey of the northern state of Uttarakhand shows large areas of farmland submerged. Heavy rain in the past 3 days has led to flooding and landslides, which have destroyed homes and bridges and killed dozens of people in northern and southern India. More than 300 people have been rescued and thousands relocated in Uttarakhand.
All our rescue forces have been deployed to several flood-affected areas on rafts and ropes. The National Disaster Response Force has also deployed several teams. We are working on clearing several roads that have been closed due to flood damage.
Thousands of people remain cut off in the districts of Almora and Ranikhet after landslides blocked roads. The worst affected region of Comercial recorded its heaviest daily rainfall since records began 124 years ago. Comercial is on the border with Nepal, where around 50 people have been killed and 30 are missing after flooding and landslides there. Meanwhile, in southern India, cleanup operations are continuing in Kerala, where dozens have been killed during the past week's torrential rain. Local authorities have been releasing water from dams which were nearly full. 3 days since the worst of the flooding in Kerala, thousands of people are staying in relief camps like this one. The government has also doubled the number of shelters since Sunday as it instructs people living in low-lying areas to move. Flooding from monsoon rains is an annual occurrence in Kerala, but people living in one of the worst affected districts, Kottayam, told Al Jazeera they have never experienced anything like it. Rama Suresh is one of many people living in relief camps after their homes were destroyed.
In my life, I never thought something like this could happen to us because our house is on higher ground and was a little safer than the people living further down. Earlier, when there was a small flood or the water level rose, the neighbours used to come to our house to stay there until the level went down. That's how safe our house was, so I have no idea how this happened.
Uttarakhand and Kerala are in opposite ends of India, but climatologists say both states are experiencing more extreme rainfall events because of climate change. They're also in ecologically fragile regions, Uttarakhand in the Himalayas and Kerala in the Western Ghats mountain range. Environmentalists say mining, construction projects and deforestation in mountains which are prone to landslides are leading to more disasters. Elizabeth Puranam, Al Jazeera, Kottayam, Kerala.
And that is it for today's regional and international news. Here now is your 3-day weather forecast. And that is it for this edition of Channel 2 Headline News Updates. Tune in on Friday at 5:30 p.m. for another episode. Be sure to subscribe, like and follow us on Facebook and YouTube. Until then, please take care of yourself and each other.